Hello, my friends. Today we have an easy answer 2025 version of the U.S. Citizenship Test. We will be covering all questions and provide you with easy to remember answers. Now, please be sure you are studying the correct questions. The 2025 version of the Naturalization Civics Test is for people who file Form N400 on or after October 20th, 2025. Okay. Now, the 2025 Naturalization Civics Test is still an oral test. The USCIS officer will ask you to answer up to 20 of the 128 civics test questions. You must answer 12 questions correctly in order to pass the 2025 version of the civics test. Okay? Ask questions below. In the meantime, let's get started. What is Memorial Day? It's a holiday to honor soldiers who died in military service. Many documents influenced the U.S. Constitution. Name one. The Declaration of Independence. Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II? Franklin Roosevelt. Who signs bills to become laws? The President. Name one American Indian tribe in the United States. Crow. The President of the United States can serve only 2 terms. Why? To keep the president from becoming too powerful. What is the capital of your state? Of course, that depends on your state. Every state does have a capital. What is the name of the President of the United States now? It is Donald Trump. Look here for updates. George Washington is famous for many things. Name one. George Washington is the father of our country. When did all women get the right to vote? After World War I. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s. The 1800s, the Civil War. What is the name of the Vice President of the United States now? That is J.D. Vance. Again, here for updates. Who does a U.S. Senator represent? Citizens of their state. What does the judicial branch do? It reviews laws. How many Supreme Court justices are usually needed to decide a case? 5. Martin Luther King Jr. is famous for many things. Name one. Martin Luther King Jr. fought for civil rights. What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now? Speaker of the House is Mike Johnson. And updates can be found at speaker.gov. The nation's first motto was E pluribus unum. What does that mean? We all become one. What amendment says all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are U.S. citizens? The 14th Amendment. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. The Civil War. Who elects U.S. senators? Citizens from their state. Why is the Declaration of Independence important? It says all people are created equal. Who vetoes bills? The President. What does the Bill of Rights protect? It protects the basic rights of Americans. How many amendments does the Constitution have? 27. What group of people was taken and sold as slaves? Africans. James Madison is famous for many things. Name one. James Madison. He was one of the writers of the Federalist Papers. Why does the flag have 50 stars? Because there are 50 states. Name two important ideas from the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution. Equality and liberty. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? The United States. Why did the United States enter the Vietnam War? To stop the spread of communism. The President of the United States is elected for how many years? 4 years. Name one U.S. military conflict after the September 11, 2001 attacks. The war in Iraq. Who was the United States' main rival during the Cold War? Russia. Abraham Lincoln is famous for many things. Name one. Freed the slaves. What are the two parts of the U.S. Congress? The Senate and House of Representatives. What is Veterans Day? Veterans Day is a holiday to honor people in the U.S. military. What are two cabinet-level positions? Attorney General and Vice President. What is the rule of law? Everyone must follow the law. What war did the Americans fight to win independence from Britain? The American Revolution. What is the highest court in the United States? The Supreme Court. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? July 4th, 1776. What does the President's Cabinet do? It advises the President. What is the capital of the United States? Washington, D.C. How long is a term for a member of the House of Representatives? 2 years. The Civil War had many important events. Name one. Lincoln was assassinated. Who is Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. military? The President. Why did the United States enter World War I? To support the Allied powers. What is the purpose of the 10th Amendment? The 10th Amendment, it states that the powers not given to the federal government belong to the states or to the people. Name one power that is only for the federal government. To print paper money. How many voting members are in the House of Representatives? 435. Name 2 promises that new citizens make in the Oath of Allegiance. To be loyal to the United States and to obey the laws of the United States. Dwight D. Eisenhower is famous for many things. Name 1. Eisenhower, he was a general during World War II. Name 1 war fought by the United States in the 1900s. The 1900s? World War I. How many U.S. senators are there? 100. Name the 3 branches of government. Congress, President, and the courts. During the Cold War, what was one main concern of the United States? Communism. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? Louisiana. Name 1 power of the U.S. Congress. Rights laws. Name 1 example of an American innovation. The light bulb. Where is the Statue of Liberty? New York. What is the name of the national anthem? The Star-Spangled Banner. What did the Civil Rights Movement do? The Civil Rights Movement fought to end racial discrimination. What are 3 rights of everyone living in the United States? Freedom of expression, freedom of speech, freedom of religion. How many senators does each state have? 2. 2 senators per state. Why does each state have 2 senators? Equal representation for small states. How long do Supreme Court justices serve? For life. What is the economic system in the United States? Capitalism. Name 1 reason why the Americans declared independence from Britain. High taxes. Why did the United States enter the Korean War? To stop the spread of communism. Who is one of your state's U.S. senators now? Of course, here answers depend where you live. You can check at senate.gov or ask us below. The colonists came to America for many reasons. Name 1. For freedom. Name 1 thing the U.S. Constitution does. Forms the government. What is the form of government of the United States? A republic. Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived? American Indians. Why did the United States enter the Persian Gulf War? Persian Gulf War? To force the Iraqi military from Kuwait. The U.S. Constitution starts with the words, "We the people." What does "we the people" mean? It means self-government. What was the Great Depression? It was the longest economic recession in modern history. What is one part of the judicial branch? The Supreme Court. What founding document was written in 1787? The U.S. Constitution. Who can vote in federal elections, run for federal office, and serve on a jury in the United States? Citizens. What founding document said the American colonies were free from Britain? The Declaration of Independence. Who elects members of the House of Representatives? Citizens from their district. Why were the Federalist Papers important? They helped people understand the U.S. Constitution. Why is the Electoral College important? It decides who is elected president. How many seats are on the Supreme Court? 9. How are changes made to the U.S. Constitution? Through amendments. Supreme Court justices serve for life. Why? To be independent of politics. Name 3 national U.S. holidays. New Year's Day, Thanksgiving, and Independence Day. Why do U.S. representatives serve shorter terms than U.S. senators? To more closely follow public opinion. If the president can no longer serve, who becomes president? The vice president. Why did the United States enter World War II? To support the Allied powers. How long is a term for a U.S. senator? 6 years. How can people become U.S. citizens? To naturalize. The words life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are in what founding document? The Declaration of Independence. Name your U.S. representative. Of course, answers depend where you live. They actually depend on your zip code. You can check house.gov right here or ask us below. What major event happened on September 11th, 2001 in the United States? Terrorists attacked the United States. What is one way that Americans can serve their country? Vote. Name one power of the president. Signs bills into law. It is important for all men age 18 through 25 to register for the Selective Service. Name one reason why. It's required by law. Benjamin Franklin is famous for many things. Name one. He was a U.S. diplomat. When did the Great Depression start? During the Great Crash in 1929. Alexander Hamilton is famous for many things. Name one. Alexander Hamilton, he was one of the writers of the Federalist Papers. Name one power that is only for the states. To give a driver's license. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Thomas Jefferson. There are 4 amendments to the Constitution about who can vote. Describe one of them. Any citizen can vote. When did all men get the right to vote? After the Civil War. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? It freed the slaves. Why is it important to pay federal taxes? It's required by law. What is the supreme law of the land? The U.S. Constitution. What are two examples of civic participation in the United States? To vote or run for office. What U.S. war ended slavery? The Civil War. Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now? Who is the Chief Justice of the United States now? That is John Roberts. The executive branch has many parts. Name one. The President. The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the U.S. Constitution. Name one of the writers. James Madison. The President of the United States is in charge of which branch of government? The executive branch. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Because there were 13 original colonies. Who is the governor of your state now? Answers depend where you live. You can look here at this website or ask us below. Name one leader of the women's rights movement in the 1800s. Susan B. Anthony. What part of the federal government writes laws? Congress. There were 13 original states. Name 5. New York, New Jersey, New Hampshire, North Carolina, South Carolina. The American Revolution had many important events. Name one. The Declaration of Independence. There are 3 branches of government. Why? For checks and balances. Who appoints federal judges? The President. Thomas Jefferson is famous for many things. Name one. Thomas Jefferson, he was the writer of the Declaration of Independence. Some states have more representatives than other states. Why? Because they have more people. Who does a member of the House of Representatives represent? Citizens in their district. What is Independence Day? It's the country's birthday. And there we go, we did it. All 128 civics questions and answers for the 2025 version of the U.S. Naturalization Test. Thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe if you want more videos like this. If you're on your journey to become a U.S. citizen, we're here for you. Thank you. Leave questions below and we will do what we can to help you find the answers you need. Thanks again for watching, my friends. Have a great day.